Good morning, USL4Daily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning my guest is Chuck Bode, who's chairman of the board of Starnet and also the owner of CB Flooring. Chuck, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Kemp. How about you?
I'm good. I know I've caught you down in Florida. Your business is up in the Maryland area. Let's catch up on a couple things. First, for most people know who Starnet is. Starnet's a 325-member location group of commercial contractors do about $3.5 billion in gross sales. Is that about right?
That's about right.
And how's business?
2021 has been an interesting year. It's been a mixed bag for our membership. Mm-hmm. A lot of the story of 2021 that just ended depends upon what market a company was focused on.
Yeah.
But in the final analysis, I think we're going to be up for 2021 with a modest increase over 2020.
Yeah.
I think things are on the right track.
Okay. So which sectors are performing and which ones are lagging?
Well, obviously corporate's still in recovery as the whole future of the office is still under debate. And hospitality is still under tremendous pressure because, as anyone knows who manages a travel expense budget, business travel is down and occupancy rates are down. So I don't see hospitality coming back anytime soon. But the two best areas, in my opinion, of what's going on now are healthcare and education. Mm-hmm. So they seem to be spending money in those areas, and I think that's carrying the day for a lot of commercial flooring contractors.
Yeah, and retail is lagging as well, right?
Yeah, the retail commercial space is definitely under a lot of pressure as things go to more internet-based purchasing. So that's definitely not a highlight at the moment. Still, overall, I think commercial business is still under pressure on multiple fronts.
Would you say that in 21, I know we're not quite through with the year yet, but that growth with your membership might have been in the 5, maybe a little sweeter than 5% range, or what would you say?
It's going to be a modest increase over 2020. I would say it's going to be 3 to 5% ahead of last year.
Okay.
By the time we get done on 12/31.
Mm-hmm.
So the way we budget, for next year in 2022, that's really going to be the first year that we see our overall commercial purchases exceeding 2019, which was pre-COVID. Mm-hmm. And when you start to see that type of budget projection, you know that, to me at least, it means the end of the negative COVID effect on business. Yep. And a restoration of business as usual. Hopefully that all occurs.
Do you think the commercial revenue growth will outpace residential in 22?
I don't think there's any chance of that. Obviously, the residential growth is cooling a bit. It got completely out of hand during the pandemic unexpectedly. And thank God the residential side of the overall flooring business was doing so well. It really helped a lot of the manufacturers weather this storm. Mm-hmm. But I don't see the commercial growth exceeding the residential side growth of the flooring business in 2022. Yeah. Not yet.
Mm-hmm. All right. What kind of challenges are the members facing right now?
Well, I think the most serious issues of 2022 are the same things they talk about on the news every day. The supply chain is terrible. Material escalation in cost. There's freight escalation in cost. And I think because we deal in fixed-priced contracts, that it's going to put a lot of pressure on margin. And I would say most flooring contractors are budgeting a margin decrease in 2022. So it's an interesting time because you're looking at increasing sales, increasing backlog, but decreasing margin. And, in my book, the way I run a business, margin is as important, if not more important, than sales volume. So it's going to be a very interesting year in 2022. And I think the second issue that's going to be one of the most serious issues for our membership in 2022 is the inability to hire anybody due to the participation rate in the jobs market.
Right.
A lot of people have simply, opted out of the workplace as COVID has caused so many people to think about life in general. Mm-hmm. And I think if you look at your everyday life and you go out dining, you go out shopping, you have to notice how understaffed so many businesses are.
Yeah.
And I don't think the construction trades are any different. Mm-hmm. As demand picks up, this problem is probably going to get worse if it's not a temporary change of heart in people's work habits.
We just finished our contract dealer survey. It's in our December issue. The print edition of Floor Focus is a little delayed thanks to labor issues at my printer. But the digital edition's out there. You can go to FloorDaily.net and see it there. A couple of points there. Timely delivery. When we asked 150 respondents is what we got out of this. We asked them what their top problems are, and timely delivery went from 4% in 2019 to 39% in 2021. So that's a big issue, isn't it?
There's no doubt things that used to take 8 weeks to get now take 16 weeks, and you have to plan accordingly.
Yeah.
Especially on large commercial projects, and a lot of the end users and GCs are asking us to bring in materials far earlier than we otherwise would.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with that as a commercial flooring contractor, funding that early inventory acquisition and finding somewhere to store it. These are big issues for us.
Are your suppliers working with you for better terms?
Yes, in general, your good vendors will work with you, but,
Yeah.
At the same time, we get a price increase letter 2-3 times a week from a variety of vendors. So,
Yeah.
when you add the fact that you can't get the goods and you're going to pay more for it, it's a cause for concern.
Hey, one big news item this year is the fact that Mohawk has come back into Starnet as a vendor partner. What does that say? Does that say that they feel like you guys influence what products are selected?
Well, it was sort of interesting to see that remarriage occur, and after all these years, and the membership seemed to want one of the big three back into the club.
Yeah.
It just seemed like the timing was right with Mohawk, and we look forward to reactivating that relationship. And I think a rising tide will raise all ships there.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully we can get back to a good business relationship and grow the business for everybody in the cooperative.
Okay. Well, are you guys ever going to meet face-to-face again, Starnet?
Well, that's big news. Finally, after a year of having no live meetings, we're all so unhappy about that. We're going to celebrate 30 years of Starnet at the Broadmoor in Colorado.
Yeah.
In May of 2022.
Okay.
So unless there's some black swan end-of-the-world event that occurs between now and then, we are definitely going to have this live meeting and celebrate the fact that we've managed to stay in existence and succeed beyond our wildest dreams for 30 years. We're all really looking forward to this.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing everybody. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Looking forward to catching up with you live.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in probably, 18 months or longer. So
That's right.
That'll be fun.
It will. Okay, Chuck, thanks so much for giving us an update on what's been going on with the commercial contractors out there. Again, been talking to Chuck Bode, the chairman of the board of Starnet and the owner of CB Flooring, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.